Hey, I'm Mindy Kinnis. This is the Daily Rage. Let's take a look at what happened this week. The Dow range only 700 today, no big thing. Clearly, we took out all of our targets to the short side. So let's get some updated targets on this guy and then look across the various micro markets. For those of you that are new, first off, welcome. Great to have you here. And I do these on the micros, but they absolutely can work for the biggies as well because the charts are essentially the same. There's going to be subtle differences between volume and things like that, but big picture, charts look very similar. So you can use these targets for the big guys if you like to trade those. Moving on to the S&P, again, took out both of our short targets. So congrats to those of you who were profitable on that. So let's get these in their proper places. Ooh, that's a nice one. Bam, bounced off here. Bam, bounced off here. I love that. Let's flip-flop these guys and just go approximately today's high. And then I like this one a little bit better. All right, that's for the high side because this one is not yet in or below the cloud. It's still above. Even though the parabolic SAR is saying down, I would say we'll see. MNQ, this is the micro NASDAQ. Once again, dipped itself into the cloud, but is making its best attempt at recovery. We did not hit down to this position yet. And since we had such a huge sell-off today, I'm gonna flip-flop these. I'm gonna make this a little easier. In other words, closer. We'll just go with around today's high, followed by, let me just scooch this guy down a touch. All right, that's good. Although I do like this one. Grab a few more of those wicks down there for the short side. All right, moving on to M2K. This is the little baby Russell. And as you can see, it did not have a great day. So again, all of our short targets were hit. That is awesome. We'll go for the low as our next target to the short side for next week, and followed by around 1977. As for the high side, this is clearly very optimistic up here. So let's bring these guys back into some semblance of reality. This one can go down just a little bit to there. Okay, we'll call that good. But again, below the cloud, closed below the cloud, or I would say it will close below the cloud. Technically, there's 57 more minutes in the futures market this week, but I don't imagine it rallying back up into the cloud. Who knows, though? We'll see. Goodness, this thing also did not have a great day. This is the micro Bitcoin. So let me open this up just a bit more so we can get a good look at it. Took out both targets, I think. What was the low? 65,375. Then yes, we definitely took out 65,407. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move that one down a little bit for target one to the short side. We'll follow it with this 63,370, and then of course followed, if you wanted a third target, that would be 61,708. As for the high side, let's get these things up here. Take those wick tops, move that up there. We'll call that good for micro Bitcoin. Moving on to micro ETH. Whew, goodness. Okay. Check this wick out all the way down below the cloud and then was able to recover, but also did take out these two targets. So once again, I love days like this. Congrats to those of you who were short on this. And we busted the parabolic SAR. Wow, lots of interesting things happened today. Okay, so let's go because that's a pretty big sell-off again. Let's just go approximately the high-ish of the day as target one to the high side. Now that would only be next week if it turns itself around and gets itself going back upward. Then we would go for here, which is not too far off from that standard line. And of course, followed by around 37.58 and then way back up top here. But that's, we're not even close to that right now. So let's do this. Bring this down. I like that little shelf level right here. And you can see that we just went a little bit lower than this support where we had marked from when was this? Uh, March 20th. We had marked that support from last week, I think on Friday, and just broke that a little bit, but then it was able to recover. Okay, that looks good for that. I'm going to skip the interest rates. Gold today had a serious rally and then a serious pullback. So a little bit of something for everybody. And you could have made money both ways on this thing. Clearly, we took out both of our long targets. I mean, you could have made money on the short side as well on this thing if you are a day trader. Let's just go here and flip-flop these guys. Let's go there. If this does continue down, it's pretty much going to end right around that turning line. So we'll have to see if that can hold it like into next week or if it will work its way lower, lower, lower. But seriously, good run and also amazing range. 98 out of 44 normally. Okay. Love some of that. Silver, similar situation, like big range. Let's do this and let's do this. And let's get this up here for the short target. Again, right in alignment with that turning line. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens. That's a pretty strong level right there. Sold off all that way and then bounced off the next day. As for copper, that's a wacko looking candle right there. So upside down hammer. And oftentimes that can be bearish because it did all this work to get way up here and then like couldn't sustain it on its way down. Still green, but generally that is a bearish indicator. So we're gonna go with it. Here and here. And then this this also is like really far away. There's no reason for that. And let me just grab one more of those wicks right there. Okay, because the more wicks you have, the stronger the level. Finally, wrapping this up with a little micro crude. And we did take out that this is interesting as well. Similar looking candle pattern. But what's interesting about this one is we worked it up all the way to our resistance level here. Got just a little touch higher than that. If you had that as your target, you would have been profitable on that trade. Congrats. And then lost it all and ending the day red. So seriously, what the heck? Let's just go with today's high as that. And this is a little bit funny, and you might have seen me doing this on the last few, but I kind of like these mid levels, so I'm gonna go with it. And this one we can raise up to here. Again, just grabbing more of those candles. I wanted that one in the mix. And wow, from that point, that was just a really nice bullish move from here to here. So not a ton of stuff in the way there, other than we'd have to stay underneath the turning line. We'd have to flip the parabolic SAR. You can see it only lasted 2 2 days on this thing. And, you know, if it continued down, another great level would be around 82, where that standard line is, followed by down here. That's some strong support. So that is it for this week. I hope you had a profitable week. And if not, there's always next week. I'll link you over to the latest edition of my Mental Capital newsletter. It's hot off the presses today. Hope you enjoy it. You'll see my husband in that video. I'm Mindy Kinnis. Thanks so much for watching.